Hello, everyone. This is Felicia Bender, the practical numerologist, coming at you with your numerology forecast for the personal year for March 2023. So, before we get off and running, I'm going to give you a little bonus information here to key into this powerful month for you. So, if your life path number or another of your core numbers in your full numerology profile happens to be the same as your personal year number, the year is really highlighted as a very significant time for you. Now, some of you may be out there and maybe you're new, you've just stumbled on this. You're like, I don't even know what numerology is. What are you talking about? If this is you, stop for a moment, head down to the description box. You can head over to my website real quick. You can calculate. There's a calculator there for your life path number. You can figure that out. There's a lot of free information there to really give you the down and dirty on your life path number and all kinds of other numerology things. But with that said, most of you probably already know your life path number. That's usually what brings people to numerology. It's like knowing your sun sign and astrology. So if you know your life path number and you happen to be a 3 life path and you are in a 3 personal year, for instance, this can go with any of your personal years, right? But if you're here listening to the 3, more than likely it's your 3 personal year. So if you are a 3 in your 3 personal year, it is a super special time. It is a really significant year that is really giving you double the pleasure and double kind of the triggers or the lessons, let's put it that way, and opportunities that's really going to call up to the front of the line, right? The things that you are working on with your entire path and purpose in life. So it's really deepening and enriching these parts. Let me back up. It's really an enrichment time for you as a 3 life path. So if you happen to be a 3, you're in your 3 personal year this year, let's just say it's going to put you to the test, ask you to up level your life with the key elements or the key themes of your life path, which happen to do with leaning into your creative self expression, honing your emotional sensitivity, advancing your communication skills, your artistic skills, your creative skills, using that creativity in whatever it is you're doing, whether you're a creative artist or not, right? It's about aligning with your optimism while banishing that self doubt, getting rid of that fear of criticism, getting rid of some of the emotional communication blocks, right? Those throat chakra issues. So, among many, many other things, right? It's a time to tap in to your inspired, uplifting, motivating way of being. And so that is really going to be supported throughout the 3 personal year. Even as you listen to those things about the 3, it's really about what the 3 personal year is supporting all of you who are in a 3 personal year, whether you are a 3 life path or have a 3 in any of your core numbers or not. So if you don't know your life path number, again, go to feliciabender.com. Lots of free information there. If you even want to know more, if you want a deeper dive, say you know your life path, but you're like, what are these core numbers? What are you talking about? It's with numerology, we can go even deeper. It's like a full astrology chart. We can do a full numerology chart for you and give you a really holographic look at who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing it, timing, all of those wonderful things. So if that's something you're interested in, you could take a look at something like that on at feliciabender.com. Under the shop section, you can order yourself a chart there if that's something that you are curious about. So with that said, let's go right into your 3 personal year. If you are experiencing a 3 personal year in March 2023, it is a number 6 personal month for you. So you have 4 weeks where you're immersed, kind of dipped into the energy of the number six. So trust me on that. We don't need to go through the math, just you're in a six, okay? So and a six energy on top of that three personal year for the entire month. So what does that mean for you? The reflection right now, basically the topic for you is that this is the month to nurture yourself and extend loving support to others as well. It's a month where your relationships are being fine tuned, they're being tested. And even more than that, the focus is on what it really looks and feels like to take care of yourself. That is really under the microscope at the moment. The sixth personal month brings in the energy of home, family, responsibility, relationships. The six is that home family number, domestic, very caring, very supportive, all of those kind of warm, fuzzy energies. That is what you're being immersed in the month of March. So when we look at the word supportive, what does that actually bring to mind to you personally? Because one of the deeper lessons that comes with the six has to do with where you find yourself or engage with your responsibility for others or towards others, and yet maybe too much so, right? In an enabling sort of way. You do things for others, you take the responsibility for them, and then you get really, kind of pissy because no one's taking responsibility and you're doing it all, right? So it's when we have those propensities, maybe. So this is a month where some of that stuff is going to come up. Some of those occurrences, some of those relationships are going to, tweak you a little bit. So it's going to offer these experiences that encourage you to see where you might benefit from accepting help from other people as well. So maybe you're the opposite. Maybe you're the one who doesn't allow support. You're the one who's always giving, but you're not allowing other people to give back, right? So maybe you're the rock of Gibraltar for everyone else to lean on, and yet you feel depleted, you feel frustrated that you have nobody in your life who supports you in the same way. Now, the interesting thing is that it's up to us to, I don't want to say train other people how to treat us, but in some ways what we set up, we are participants in how we set up dynamics, right? So this is going to be a month where those things are going to come up. You're going to go, how am I participating in this? Do I like it? Do I not like it? How does it make me feel? How does it make the other person feel? So it could be a time where maybe you're someone who falls more in the, I'm not going to show up. I'm not going to be responsible. I'm not going to, do that. Well, this is going to call you forward and ask you to step up to the plate and take on a few responsibilities and see, maybe it feels incredibly good to do that. And at a relief, like you've been avoiding it all this time. And then suddenly you're like, ooh, this is my missing link. Right? So those are the experiences that might come into play in March as you're working with the energy of the number six. So whenever you do experience a number six in a cycle, like you're doing for these 4 weeks, you are going to be challenged with responsibility. First and foremost, being responsible for yourself in a very deep, very authentic way, right? Really taking responsibility. And only then can you take on the additional responsibilities that come to the table to be worked with this month, right? What is it? I think Jack Canfield says something about, that's one of his top 10 things that every successful person needs to do. It might even be number one. Simply take responsibility. Take responsibility for who you are, where you will find yourself, everything else, and go from there, right? And it's kind of like, not to belabor it, but it is kind of like you're on an airplane and the flight attendant goes through that safety, the safety check and the instructions and tells you what to do if the oxygen masks drop down. And this is the part where they say you need to put it on yourself before you put it on anybody else. Well, same thing here. Put on your oxygen mask before you try to help somebody else, and see how that goes for you in March. Again, I would just dare say that there will be some instances, occurrences, experiences that will bring this up to be dealt with. So it is really that same oxygen mask idea. And so, speaking of relationships now, this is a really great month to stoke up your love life. This could be the month where you decide and announce that maybe you're taking your relationship to the next level. Um, he, she, you, whoever might put a ring on it, so to speak. This may just be when the six shows up. The six is also known. Some people really don't like this concept, and yet I'm going to share it with you anyway because I don't see it this way. I don't see it as negative at all. The six is known as the marriage and divorce number, right? So it's all about marriage and relationships and divorce, and when things are not functioning, right? Things are not working. So this could be a time where those things come into play in terms of hashing a few things out, talking a few things over. It could be a time where, again, you put a ring on it, or it could be a time where you say, hey, you know what, we really need, this is really not working for me. We need to either, call it quits, or maybe we need to really sit down and have a serious conversation about how we can change this, right? Maybe we need to go to therapy together. Maybe we need to read this book about relationship communication and work on it together. Something of that nature can possibly pop in this month during your three personal year, which is all about communication, right? And so it would be no wonder if this were an undercurrent this year. Or well, this year, yes, but this month is what I was trying to say. So around March 21st, this is really a golden time to plan some one-on-one time with your sweetheart if you have one. Maybe it's a good time. Maybe you meet someone during this time. It could also be a time where you spend really valuable time with those who you love, maybe friends, maybe your fur babies, anything along that line, warm and fuzzy. Whenever the six shows up, it's really encouraging you to just enjoy those relationships. It can also be a month where you or your partner decides it's time to exit. The number six, again, is about what stays, what goes, and really just taking on a clearer view about wants and needs. That's I suppose, a better way of saying it. So you may find it particularly an opportune time to for fun with with kids, children in your life. When a six shows up, as it does with these 4 weeks, it's asking you to really tap into the inner kid in you, your inner child. If you've been doing any, again, on the therapeutic realm, if you've been doing any inner child work, this is a great time to start that or continue with that. And then on the less therapeutic end, it's just time to have fun, time to be playful, time to do things with children or as if you were a child, right? And opportune times for that this month are around March 9th or 15th. They can be little ones, they can be adult children, and they can be fur babies or anything that you find that kind of joy with. It's time to bring on the family, however that is for you, your family of choice. So you'll benefit from focusing on creating a sense of harmony, a sense of balance in your own home. So this goes for furnishings, decor, also for your personal and intimate family interactions. Perhaps it's really time for an early spring cleaning. It is March after all, deciding maybe on a new paint color for that office, mapping out your ideas for that organic herb garden you've been dreaming about, anything having to do with the home and refreshing and making it feel just more cozy and more nesty is right in line with the energy for March. Understand that you get to experience two number six personal months for you this year. The next shows up in December. So it's going to be really interesting to see if there are any parallels between what's going on now in March and then how you close out the year during the holidays. So pay a little bit of put that in your file folder of your mind and see what might revisit at the end of the year with the six energy as it shows up twice. Given that March offers you a container of six energy, really be aware where you might be called upon to step into a few more responsibilities, whether those are friends and family. Maybe it's a birthday, an anniversary, maybe it's some kind of celebration for somebody else, maybe it's you're getting married, maybe somebody else is. Those sorts of things can come in during this six energy where you just spend a little bit more time and energy on this sort of thing. And it also can throw you into situations where you really have to back off from judging. Okay, I know, but the judgment stuff. The six is the ultimate judge, judger, brings that in. Judgy McJudgerson is what I call it. Again, attempting to ask you not to judge every single thing by your own set of standards. You can maybe might be asked to kind of level out your vantage point, for lack of a better way of saying that. What I'm trying to say is that just don't judge everybody. Just live and let live, let it be, and healthy emotional detachment, those sorts of things, because there can be some triggers that come in to really tweak you on that realm this month. So overall, it is a month where you're going to be called upon to strengthen your vocal cords, so to speak. That's something you're being asked to do all year long, given it is your 3 personal year. You're going to be asked to voice your thoughts and feelings in a way that you feel heard, and that also that you are communicating in a way that isn't assaultive or abusive or offensive to others, and a way that people can actually hear you and hear what you have to say. So if you're single, open to new relationship, great time to reformulate your dating profile, put yourself out there. I don't know, go to different places, go to different meetups, or say yes to the friend group that has been asking you to go out for a Friday night happy hour for however long, and you've said no. Those sorts of things can come in and show up for you in a six personal month. The 3 personal year opens the door for emotional connection. This emphasis this month is on home and family. So I would just say that those are going to layer on top of each other, and it's going to be that communication is going to be focused on relationships, home, and family. So find enjoyment wherever you can, infuse that playfulness into all your engagements. This really is the month to connect with your tribe, nourish those relationships. All right. So that is your forecast for March. I'm wishing you a very happy spring. Call it in, right? I think we're all ready for that. And I'm looking forward to meeting you here next month, same time, same channel, for your April forecast. So I'm wishing you a wonderful month. Enjoy it. And I'll see you back here then.